So you think to become fluent in English, you need to study more, learn more words, memorize more grammar rules. But what if I told you that you have been doing it all wrong? Yes, grammar is important. Yes, of course, you need to know a lot of words. But is that really the key to fluency? If it were, you would probably be fluent by now. The real reason you are not fluent yet isn't about how much you've studied. It's about who you believe you are. It's about your identity. So far, you've been trying to learn English as if it was a foreign concept, something that doesn't belong to you. Yes, you learn English, but you don't identify as someone who speaks English fluently. Especially if you started learning English at school, most probably somewhere in the back of your mind, English is a subject, an obligation, something that I just have to study. When speaking English becomes a part of you, a natural part of who you really are, this changes everything. Hi guys, welcome back to Wanna Speak by Veronica. My name is Veronica. I am originally from Poland, but I'm a digital nomad, meaning I travel the world full time. Right now I'm in South America, in Paraguay. I know it's pretty random, like a Polish girl in Paraguay, but here I am. Later I'm gonna be traveling around South America. And I speak 2 foreign languages. I mean, Polish being my native language, English being my second language, and I also speak Spanish. So I have a lot of years of personal experience. This game-changing mindset shift is something that I got too late. I fully understood the importance of it when I started this YouTube channel 4 years ago. I'm gonna tell you this story a bit later. So, the mindset problem. If you keep telling yourself, I'm learning English, your brain will keep it separate. Something you do, not something you are. Can you feel the difference between doing something, studying something, and simply being? As a result, every time you try to speak English, you feel this pressure, this crippling anxiety, the fear of making mistakes. It's because you are acting as an outsider in that language. Most probably when you speak your native language, you feel confident. This is who I am, this is my language and I'm speaking it, that's it. It's a no-brainer. That's your goal when speaking English. Later in today's video, I'm gonna show you a 3-step plan how to shift that identity. When you start saying, I am an English speaker, I work in English, I make friends in English, I travel and I meet local people, it shifts everything, like your whole life. You know that I'm a big fan of science, so there is research behind that, showing that people who see themselves as second language users, as speakers, not students, stay motivated longer and learn faster. Why is that? Because our identity drives behavior. For example, if you are a professional tennis player, let's say, playing tennis is something so natural for you. It's like breathing. It's like brushing your teeth in the morning. You don't even question playing tennis because you know that you are a professional. You put a lot of reps and you practiced most probably for long years, right? And it became a part of you. Now you are a tennis player. It's exactly the same with learning a language. Do you need to put a lot of years into that? Usually yes, but not necessarily. And I'm the walking proof. I started speaking Spanish. I reached an intermediate level in about 7 months. And that was easy because I applied this identity shift since the very beginning. On the other hand, it took me so many years when I was learning English, because English for me was like a subject at school, something that I had to do. It wasn't a part of my identity until kind of like recently. When your identity changes, your habits naturally flow. And I'm gonna give you a tangible example right now. When I started this YouTube channel 4 years ago, by the way, guys, we hit 50,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for trusting my work. So when I started this YouTube channel, English was not a part of my identity. And I needed this motivation. I was like, okay, today I'm gonna record a YouTube video. And that was so difficult for me. I was terrified of making mistakes because obviously I'm not a native speaker, right? I was feeling this pressure, this anxiety. Later, when I was practicing, when I was really scared, but I was putting the videos out, speaking English publicly and being a YouTuber started becoming a part of who I am. It started becoming my identity. I also mentioned motivation because when you identify as someone who speaks English confidently, you are not going to need motivation. You are not going to need to be motivated because it's gonna be natural. Do you feel motivated to brush your teeth in the morning or in the evening? No. So instead of asking yourself, how can I learn more English? Ask yourself, how can I live in English? Maybe I can listen to some podcasts when I commute or when I am at the gym or when I don't know, spend time with my kids. How can we all learn some English? Maybe we can watch something, maybe we can play some games, right? You need to get a bit creative here because it needs to be really personal. That's what fluent people do. They don't study a language, they live it. This is what I did when I was, let's say, acquiring Spanish. I started living Spanish from day one. I consumed all Netflix shows in Spanish. I was shadowing native speakers, meaning I was simply repeating after them. Later, I started exposing myself to real conversations with real native speakers. How did I do it? Well, back then I was single. So I basically started dating Spanish and Latino guys. That was my way. Maybe it's not the best, I know, but it really helped me. So if you are married or if you have your partner, you don't have to use that tip. You can simply make sure that English is everywhere in your life. Even if you live in Germany, France, Japan, South Korea, Brazil, or Paraguay, it doesn't matter. With internet, you can make it work. This is called the full immersion, by the way, but I think that you already know that. So guys, I prepared for you a 3-step identity shift. Really simple, you can apply it starting today. So step number 1, you're gonna wake up every morning and you're gonna tell yourself in your head or out loud obviously better, I am a confident English speaker. This is who I really am. English is effortless and I speak English as well as I speak my native language. This is like the affirmation that you can modify and you can adjust it to your personality, to your daily routine. Basically, adjust it to yourself. This is just an idea, okay? At the beginning, these affirmations can feel fake because you're gonna be like, yeah, but I'm fooling myself. I'm not this. So why do I have to say that I'm this? This is like the exposure therapy, I would say, because the more you expose yourself to that new identity, to that new reality, the faster you're gonna become that. Step number 2, act it. Do one small thing as an English speaker every day. For example, talk to yourself in English while making breakfast. Write a short message or comment in English online. Comment on this video. It's a good first step to start living this language. You can record a 1-minute voice note about your day and send it to someone. Send it to a friend or If you don't want to send it because you are still shy, then just record it and just leave it on your phone. But at the same time, you can ask yourself, would a confident English speaker send this voice note to someone, to a friend? Of course, yes. For example, I grab my phone and I record a lot of messages in English and in Spanish and in Polish because I treat these languages as a part of who I really am. For example, I live in Spanish-speaking countries currently, and I use Spanish as if it was my native language. Then I hit the record button on the camera and I speak English as if it was my native language. Of course, you can hear that it's not because of my accent, but that's fine. The most important thing is how I feel about this language. It absolutely doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be real. And thanks to neuroplasticity, our brain's ability to adapt, when you repeat it over and over again, it becomes super natural and easy. The third step, feel it. Notice how you feel when you speak in English. Even if you speak to yourself, it doesn't matter. Notice how you feel. A lot of emotions can pop up here. You can feel nervous, you can feel embarrassed, confident, you can feel shy. Every emotion is totally fine. Just let it be. Emotions we experience aren't who we really are. We just feel them and they come and go. You know the vibe. So don't run away from them. Just feel it and accept it. I know this is not like a standard language learning tip, but it's gonna help you a lot. Just trust me and practice for at least 21 days these 3 simple steps, and you're gonna see an incredible shift in your life and how you relate to yourself and to language learning. Wrapping this video up, guys, I would like to leave you with one question that's gonna help you come back to the right mindset every time the anxiety pops up or some doubts come, the imposter syndrome, or basically you feel like you are fooling yourself. So the question is, how can I live in English today? Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, let me know in the comments. I love to chat with you. I always appreciate your comments when you leave your thoughts. Follow me on Instagram and I'll see you next week. Take care and don't forget to live English. You got this.